Hello. Today I'm going to be talking about the research that I did for my English 358 class. I will be explaining the methods that I use, the resources, and what I found, what I thought I was going to find, and then just some opinions on this topic that I chose from the research that I found. And so the topic I chose was incorporating recess breaks within the academic school day for students. And so I thought this was important because many schools are starting to limit their recess breaks for students. Instead of 3 breaks where they get to go outside, many schools are cutting down to just one during lunchtime. And I think this takes away from a lot of value and quality that I'll get into later in the video. And so the point of view that I thought was going to be in mostly the research that I found was that people would be wanting more recess incorporated in the academic school day, because right now there's just such a push towards testing and teaching for exams and standardized tests and all of those things, and it's taking away quality from the teaching and our students' learning experience. And so I thought that my kind of hypothesis would be correct in that many people and research would back up that schools should be incorporating more time for these recess breaks. So that was kind of my initial point of view and my initial hypothesis. So then I would like to just explain a little bit the research that is already there. There's a lot of research journals and articles and book articles about how this is taking away quality instruction time, and how there's pros and cons to each side. They want more instruction time in the classroom, which is the one side of it, is that we limit recess so we can have more time in the classroom to be teaching our students. But then on the other side of it, my side that I thought would be correct, was that while you're taking away these times for students to have breaks, then you're, incurring a whole other aspect of issues. You're taking away quality of work and, and homework, exams, because there's no breaks for them to kind of refresh and re-energize their minds. And so there is already quite a bit of research done on both sides. And so now I'll just kind of talk on some major points that I found through my research for both recess breaks. And then I also incorporated one aspect of this just a little bit deeper in brain breaks. And those have been kind of a big push in education as of recently as well. And so some points that I found for recess breaks was that it is really valuable to kids, whether it be indoors or outdoors. It's a chance for them to be imaginative and creative. They can have fun, kind of do a little release for their brains to, go be silly with their friends, hang out, do something outside of the academic environment. It kind of refreshes their brains, gives them a break from the academic rigors of the day within school. Some deeper things I found was it really benefits attention span and focus, and these are from some sources of research that I will share at the end. Improves quality of work and assignments, shows better behavioral marks because they're getting these breaks to go and be silly and have fun and just let loose a little bit, and so they're not so fidgety and, needing a break. They kind of got a chance to refresh themselves when they have more recess breaks incorporated into the day. It has even shown in a lot of researches that there are higher test scores, assignment scores. It really encourages positive development socially and emotionally because they're getting that chance to communicate and participate in non-academic things with their classmates, and so they're making those peer-to-peer connections. Research has shown that it benefits all types of children and allows a break away from content in a different environment, like when they go outside and have that time to play. It shows positive cognitive jumps because, again, you're allowing the brain to have that relief and release, and so when they get back into their work, they're more ready, they're more refreshed, they're energized, and they're ready to go back at it with more effort given. And then the last thing, just in general, it gives them a break from stressful thinking and comprehending throughout the day. And so, in that aspect of everything, I found that my research thus far, with my opinions, they lined up. And so then on brain breaks, I also found really similar things, and these are when a teacher will take a break within the classroom to let students kind of have a minute away from academically thinking in content area. So it'll be silly things like jumping around or playing a game or dancing or singing a song as a class, something like that. And so I found that research showed that this gives them a break from thinking critically. It improves on behavior so much. It often lets students move around physically. A lot of the time it releases positive hormones to get their brain kind of back energized and happy, in a good mood, ready to give their best effort. It helps in attention span and focusing a lot. It gives them a chance to use their imagination within the classroom setting. These are usually not going outside or something, but in that classroom setting. Re-energizes and refreshes the brain, helps with academic performance, gives them a break to have fun. It benefits brain growth and development a lot because they're having those breaks to use the other parts of their brains, like being creative and communicating with other students in a non-structured environment, like within a class. And it encourages, with that, communication and participation with their classmates. And so from all of the research I did, I found that there were a lot of research already done for these topics, and most of it lined up with what I had thought. So it was saying that all of these recesses and brain breaks, it just makes the value go higher. It doesn't take away value. If you incorporate them, students are doing better quality and working harder and having better attention span, all of those things. And so the main research methods that I would include in my research was observation in classrooms. That's probably the biggest one. Compare and contrast, seeing different environments, and then direct interviews with teachers, students, and administration, and then connecting my findings with the prior research that had already been done. And so in the end, I kind of found that my hypothesis from my research that I did was correct, and that these just add quality, these breaks add quality to the general classroom setting and how students do on tests, exams, homework, all of this. And so I'm just going to cite a few of the references that I used in my research. Obviously, from my annotated bibliography and my proposal, you can find more in detail the sources that I use the most. But I'll just outline a few of them. Peaceful Playgrounds, the website, I used several times because it had a lot of articles like this one, exploring the importance of incorporating recess breaks, 10 reasons why recess is so important, and they're really up to date as well. One of my other ones was the Harvard Health blog online. They had one called The Importance of Recess, and these are all really current as well. Pediatrics, the crucial role of recess in school, was American Academy of Pediatrics. And so that was a really great resource I used. There was an article in Time magazine, Is Recess Important for Kids? Here's what research says. That was in 2017. Most of these are 2015 to 2018, super recent. And so, another big one was Scratch Garden. That was a great resource that I used. And so all of those are outlined in my annotated bibliography and with my research. But overall, I was so happy that I had this opportunity to kind of explore this aspect of education, because it's such a researched area right now. And so I was glad that I got to look deeper into it and get a better understanding of what everyone was talking about. So thank you.